What's up YouTube? Today I'm going to show you how to be lightning fast in Adobe Premiere when you're video editing. Let's dive right into Premiere and see how you can use two keys to make your editing much faster. Alright, so obviously when you're in Premiere you're going to need to cut some things. So let's drag some clips onto the timeline. I have some basic stock footage that I found online. I just looked up 4K stock footage and found this. You could use whatever you want though, especially if you have your own project, school project, video, paid project, anything. When you're in Premiere, if you want to cut something, you could obviously use the cursor and move to the end, and you'll see the left brackets and right brackets where you can click and drag to cut a clip, or you can hit C on your keyboard to pull up the cut tool, razor tool, and you can cut right there. Then hit V on the keyboard to switch back to your selection tool. Select the portion in which you cut out and delete that. But there is a much faster way to do that, and that is where the Q and W key comes in. So we don't want this cloud footage to last for 15 seconds. We're going to bring our playhead, which is this line where my cursor is right now, wherever we are seeing the frame in which the video is being played, and we're going to hit Q on the keyboard. And by hitting Q, it brought everything on the timeline that was to the left of the clip out. We deleted it, and everything that was to the right of it moved leftward. You can do the same thing if you hit the W key, but in reverse. So what I mean by that is let's move down just a little bit, and now we have our one clip selected. Anything to the right of the playhead will be deleted, and everything else that is to the right of it will move forward. So if I hit the W key like so, everything moves, and I cut that portion out, and we're moving on to the next portion of the clip. Alright, so everything seems simple enough. We know that Q will ripple delete, which is essentially what we're doing, ripple deleting to the left, or we will use the W key to ripple delete to the right. However, there is just a slight problem with this technique and a quick solution to that. Let's say hypothetically we had some audio on the timeline. So I have this random song right here that I pulled from audioblocks.com, which is my source for music. Definitely not sponsored, that is just what I use. And now we have the clip of the ocean panning, very cinematic. And I don't want this to play for, what is it, 8 seconds, whatever. It's too long. So let's ripple delete this, but notice what happens on the audio right below. We have about maybe 3 seconds of this ocean, so we'll hit Q on the keyboard to ripple delete, and we'll notice if you zoom in here, there's a cut on the audio. So it ripple deleted the audio as well. Let's give that a quick listen. Obviously there is a apparent jump there, so we need to work around that, and the way we're going to do that is first hit Control Z to undo what I just did with the ripple delete. We're going to come down to the little toggle track lock that will lock us out from doing any edits to this track. Can't select it, can't do anything. Now we'll go back to the original track that we did want to cut, ripple delete with the Q key to delete everything on the left side of the playhead, and you'll see that it cut everything, moved everything else that was to the right leftward, and it did not affect the audio at all. And it works the same way with the W key. So if we want to hit W, it will cut everything to the right of the playhead as far as the clip is selected, and move everything that was to the right over to the left. Moving on to some very cinematic dolphins. Okay, so we've established that Q and W will ripple delete to the left and right respective to your keys Q and W, whichever one is more leftward or rightward. But let's say hypothetically that you want to cut a portion of the clip, but you want to keep the gap. You don't want it to delete whatever space that would be there on the footage portion that you don't want. So you want the gap, basically. So let's go back to our little dolphin clip, and to do that, we're going to use the Control and Alt keys on your keyboard. For Mac, that'll be Command and Alt. And then you're going to hit your respective direction, Q or W. So let's say I wanted to keep the gap on the left side based on where my playhead is. I will hit Q, and you'll notice I cut everything and kept the gap there, so I could, let's say, take another portion of a clip. Let's just put the clouds there if I wanted to. Cut that really quick and just drop it in. So now we have clouds and dolphins. Obviously not the most cinematic, but that's just an example. And the same thing works in the opposite direction. If I hit the W key with the Control Alt combination, or Command Alt if you're on a Mac machine, let's do that, and it cuts everything, and the gap is still there if you need to put anything there, motion graphics, other video, whatever else. So let's undo that, and that really concludes. I use these two keys, Q and W, all the time because it is significantly faster than using the C key to select the razor tool, then hitting the V key to select the portion that I want, and then deleting, and then manually moving everything. Let's say you had 100 clips or a lot of other footage and audio over. To close that gap, Q and W will dramatically increase the speed in which you edit. I hope this video was helpful to you. If it was, let me know in the comments what you would like to see next, or possibly hit that like button. That would help a lot. Thank you so much for watching, and I will let my friends take it away.